Hi, I'm Steve Scott, and I'm one of the co-founders of MAX International. And I can remember the time I first heard about MAX GXL. It was before I met Dr. Keller. And this investment banker said, man, there's this nutritional product, and Steve, it makes all the difference in the world. And I thought, yeah. I had taken vitamins and minerals before, and I had never seen any significant change. But I went down and I met with Dr. Keller. I saw his science, and I was really impressed enough to actually try his product. And that's all I had to do. I tried the product, I saw a difference. First time in my life I actually saw a supplement that made an incredible difference in some of the things and some of the issues I was dealing with. And as we handed out samples, other people saw changes, and you know the rest of the story. Well, skincare is not much different than nutrition. You know, I've been in the skincare and makeup business with American Telecast going clear back to 1978. And our cosmetic formulator at ATC was the president of the American Society of Cosmetic Chemists. And we had as a consultant Dr. Klugman from the University of Pennsylvania, who created Retin A. So we always saw the cutting edge, latest and greatest ingredients from different parts of the world, you know, and one by one, sometimes they make a little bit of a difference, but not that much of a difference. And what I hated about skincare and about skincare on television is anytime that I did it, you couldn't see that much difference in the before and afters. And the before and afters were always 6 months, a year, and even then you had to kind of squint just to see if you could see a difference, and they'd come and go so fast you really couldn't tell. Well, about 3 years ago, I was introduced to a formulator, and this particular person had what I will tell you was the single most incredible breakthrough in skincare I had ever seen. I was blown away because what she had not only made an incredible difference, a visible difference, but it made a difference you could literally see in 60 seconds. And I tried the other parts of her line, and they were pretty good, but I began to work with her. And we've worked together now for over 3 years, and we have brought in some other scientific input and some brand new ingredients that we've added to the mix. And now I'm here to tell you we have a breakthrough in skincare that dwarfs anything I have ever seen in the industry. A breakthrough, and this is what makes it so different. It's a breakthrough that demonstrates not in a year, not in 6 months, but in 1 minute, 1 week, and 1 month. Let me tell you what I mean. The cornerstone product in this line demonstrates in 60 seconds. And by now I've demonstrated that particular product on the hands of more than 200 women. And in every single case, they saw such a radical difference. I demonstrated on one hand, then afterwards they'd look at the two hands, they'd feel the texture of their skin, and they were blown away to the point that they wanted the product now. They didn't want to wait. In fact, a lot of them would get really mad at me when I'd say, no, that product's not on the market yet. And they'd say, well, you have it, you can get it for me. Well, I couldn't. Well, all that to say, here we go. My dear friends at MAX, we now are ready to take this line to the world. And it's different than any other line because people don't have to wait to see a difference. You know, most skincare is sold with hype and hope. The hype that it's going to make a difference, and the hope that it'll make enough of a difference that I won't look as bad as Grandma looked when I reach her age. But you never really know. Not with this line. This line, the first time you use it, you see a difference. 1 week later, you see more of a difference. And 30 days later, you really see a big difference. Let me just give you a few of the facts. This is what I love. Now listen to this. After the first use, 91% of these women saw a significant improvement in the radiance and glow of their skin. 91% said their skin felt more hydrated. 93% said their skin tone and color was much more even. And here's the kicker. 100% said their skin was smoother and softer, and it blew them away. Now listen to this. After 30 days of using the entire system, listen to some of the results. 92% saw a reduction in the appearance of their fine lines and wrinkles. Even their deep wrinkles got softer looking. 92%. There's no line in the world that does that. 94% saw a major improvement in the texture of their skin. 95% said their skin was more firm. Now think about that. Their skin actually tightened up. What does that mean? It means the loose skin isn't hanging. It makes you look younger. 95% saw an improvement in clarity, in the clarity of their skin. 100% saw an improvement in the hydration in their skin, and 100% said their skin was more radiant than ever before. Now listen to this. 81% of these women said they had discoloration, patches that were different colors on their skin. 81% saw those patches disappear, the discoloration completely disappear. I mean, we're talking earth-shattering results. Now I was a part of filming those user groups, so I was one that was really blessed to see these transitions. And I mean, it not only blew me away, every single one of these women were blown away. After 30 days, 94% said they would be on this line the rest of their lives. They never wanted to go without it. After 60 days, the 94% went to 100%. Think about what that would mean to your auto ship with preferred customers and recruited associates. But a picture's worth 1,000 words. Now we have a number of before and afters, but we're only going to take a second to show you a couple, okay? Now this woman right here, she is 80 years old. The significance of that is when you're that old, your elastin production is off the charts down. It's through the floor. It almost doesn't happen anymore. And same thing with collagen. So it's much harder to get a significant difference in an 80-year-old than it is with a 50-year-old or a 40-year-old. So this is a worst case scenario. Now this is a 30-day clinical. Look at her. Look how loose her skin is. Look at the depth of the wrinkles. Look at her neck. You can see the discoloration. You can see the wrinkles. Okay, now look at this. This is after 30 days. Look at how much tighter her face is. Look at the discoloration on her face. It's gone. And look at the wrinkles. The wrinkles are much softer. That's after 30 days. Now look at this close-up of her neck. This is before. Look at the discoloration and the wrinkles. And the neck is the hardest thing to bring change to. Of all the skin, much harder than the face. Okay, now watch. Look at that. The discoloration's gone. The wrinkles are all but gone. And that's in 30 days. That's the kind of difference we see with this product line. We are not going to be able to keep it in stock. Now you got to come to Vegas. Please come to Vegas because you're going to learn everything you need to know to build your business. But as important as getting to Vegas, right now you ought to put in a pre-order. Now we do have a limitation, and I'll tell you why in a second. But you want to pre-order your kit so it'll be there waiting for you when you come to Vegas. You also want to get in line for inventory. Why? I believe this is going to be so explosive that if all of our MAX associates just bought one, we don't have enough, okay? That would be such a huge order, we would have really blown it. But obviously, everybody's not going to earn it. Everybody's not going to see this video. If you're watching this video, you want to put in your pre-order so you have reserved your inventory. And because we're afraid of running out, there's a limit. You can order one for yourself, plus you can order another 4. So you can order a total of 5. Why do you want an inventory on this product? Because when you demonstrate it on a woman, I've done it. I've now done it for 2 years with the initial product, and I can tell you, when you demonstrate it on them, they don't want to wait a week or 2 weeks for product. They want it right now. They want to take it home. So I would encourage you to put in a pre-order for as many kits as you can, pick them up at Vegas, and take them home with you. Any orders that you don't pick up in Vegas will be shipped right after Vegas. Now, you know, we've all heard what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Not this time. This time, what happens in Vegas is going to change the skincare world. We're going to make other skincare lines obsolete overnight. I mean, Who wants to wait a year or two to see a little tiny change with their skincare when they can see this kind of change in 30 days? Can't wait to see you. I'll be there. My wife will be there. Man, we are going to have a party like never before, but it's going to be a party about building our businesses bigger and faster than ever. See you there.